Hey guys, Mitch, Kendra here from RacerX Online. We are at the Monster Energy Arena at Loretta Lynn's ranch for Saturday, the final day of racing at the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. We're here in front of the trophies. They're going to be handed out here a little bit later, but we've already seen some champions crowned yesterday and also today earlier, and we're going to continue racing until about 4 p.m. this evening. On Friday, the third motos kicked off, and the Vet 30 Plus class was won by Brandon Haas, who finished 1-1-1 on his muck-off Club MX Yamaha. Another 1-1-1 ride in the 450B class to win the championship was Diesel Thomas. And in the senior 40 plus class, we had a really exciting finish. Andrew Short and Mike Brown were going back and forth in the two motos earlier. Mike Brown was leading, and then Andrew Short passed him at the very last second. I'm talking like wheel to wheel. Andrew Short just barely beat him up. I think it was 0.015 seconds between them at the finish line. So that moto win in the third moto ended up giving Andrew Short the title. After our intermission on Friday, Grayson Townsend came out and won the 250B Limited Overall Championship. And the 14-year-old had a great ride. That was his first time ever winning a championship here at Loretta Lynn's ranch. Another third moto and championship we saw on Friday was the 250 Pro Sport, which was won by Drew Adams. Remember, Adams had that great charge from about dead last in a first turn crash in the first moto to finish fourth, and then he won the second and third motos. So his 4-1-1 gave him the overall championship over Avery Long's 2-3-5 and Cole Davies' 1-8-2. The 250B class also had some really exciting races. Kawasaki teammates Landon Gordon and Caden Dudney have been going back and forth all week in both of their classes, and Dudney ended up picking up the race win in the third moto yesterday, and his 3-1-1 finishes gave him the overall title over Gordon's 1-2-2 finishes. Bright and early on Saturday morning, we had our first moto of the day, the Junior 25 Plus class, and it was a three-way tie between Heath Harrison, Jacob Hayes, and Cole Martinez heading into the final race. Jacob Hayes got the whole shot and he checked out for the moto win, and that gave him the overall championship. A couple of motos later, we saw the college class run their third moto, and it was a great battle again between Noah Stevens and Jackson Pascal, who've been going back and forth between the two races and sharing moto wins. In the end, it was Stevens' 1-2-1 finishes over Pascal's 2-1-2 finishes for the overall championship. Cannon Zabanik won the 65cc 7-9 overall championship aboard his Cobra motorcycle. In the Supermini 1 12-15 class, Hayden Zing had 5-1-1 finishes. He had a breakout ride, but unfortunately it was Grant McDonald's 2-2-2 who won the overall championship. In the 450B Limited class, Seth Dennis, Flynn Watts, and Diesel Thomas split the moto wins, with the overall title going to Thomas with 2-2-1 finishes. Tace Morgan won the 85cc 10-12 Limited class, third moto, but it was Nolan Ford's 1-1-4 that took the overall championship. And Yamaha rider Owen Koval picked up 2 overall wins, first in the 125 Junior 12-17 BC class, and also in the Schoolboy 1 12-17 BC class. And just a few minutes ago, we had our third and final moto in the Open Pro Sport class. Cole Davies got out to the whole shot, and he was leading Avery Long and Drew Adams, but Drew Adams ended up taking over first place and taking the moto win, and his 1-1-1 finishes gave him the overall title for his second title in his two classes. Adams is more than likely going to win the Nicky Hayden AMA Amateur Horizon Award tonight, but we're going to have to wait to see for a few more hours. One of the last few motos of the day was the third moto of the Schoolboy 2 12-17 BC class. Logan Best got the whole shot on his Yamaha, but I think he was banging bars with Kawasaki rider Landon Gordon, and that ended up messing up Logan Best front brake, so that kind of hindered his race a little bit. There was guys battling. Again, we've seen Dudney and Gordon been going back and forth in their two motos, and then Landon Hartz and Landon Gibson were also in the mix. But eventually it was Caden Dudney taking the overall win with 1-1-1 race finishes to give him his second championship after he won his championship earlier yesterday. And then the WMX third moto, it was Kylie Stallings getting out to the whole shot, although she would kind of put it in cruise mode. Jordan Jarvis would take over the race lead and she would eventually take the race win. But it was Stallings' 1-1-4 moto finishes that gave her the overall championship, and she has won the WMX class now in back-to-back years, so she's going to have a #1 plate on her Kawasaki when she returns next year. And that's all for our Loretta Lynn's recaps. Stay tuned to RacerX Online for more written content, photo galleries, video recaps, and more. Remember, Pro Motocross returns next weekend at the Unadilla National in New York. And some of these guys from the college and pro sport classes we expect to see in the next coming weeks. We already know that Jackson Pascal is going to be racing a 450 at the final 3 Pro Motocross rounds. We also expect to see his teammate Parker Ross race a 250 in these final 3 rounds of Pro Motocross. We also might see Noah Stevens up there, maybe possibly Budds Creek. Drew Adams said that he's going to race the few races in Canada to finish out his championship there, hopefully. And then he's going to race the Ironman National in the 250 class. And again, Ken Roxon is going to be racing a 250 at Ironman. So that's going to be exciting. We already have awesome championships going on in the 450 class with Hayden leading the 250 class and Chase Sexton leading the 450 class. So stay tuned to RacerX Online for more content the next couple weeks.